Hi folks, welcome back to Exposed, and if I'm welcoming you back and you like it here, I'd love it if you stayed and sobbed. Not changing the bingo card because this is a 3.5 hour video, even though it's a separate video that I'm splitting up and blah 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 blah, you know. Right, we need to refresh this, don't we? 3009. So, where's nothing moving? Go. Isn't it amazing though how she can tell herself anything and believe it? Like that she's an empath and that she did something for that woman that walked in that no other person on the earth would do. She, like all the other narcs, live in La La Land. Cynthia Beaumont wants a walk-on part for the Real Housewives of New York. She actually thought that she'd get a part in the programme, so now she's resigned herself to just a walk-on part. Really? What goes on in their heads?
That her husband is working hates me that so many sweet to my mother. And what they want you to see.
Same as
You're
you.
seeing this phoniness and you just gobble it up and like it. Anyone who likes her, who watches her, and after what they know, after what I'm telling you, because I fell for her, nobody told me, thanks a lot, would have liked to be warned about this horrendous couple that steals money. I mean, my mother knew. You know, my mother and I were still on the outs. I haven't spoken to her. Breaks my heart. It's, I don't know how long it'll be. I cannot have her right now in my life. She can pick up the phone as well. I mean, you guys know. But my mother knew. My mother could not stand her. And Shawnee was sickeningly sweet to my mother. Like, not even that phony sweet. Just like, oh, just so nice. So nice. Like, she did nothing to my mother to make my mother not like it, but my mother could see right, because my mother is like a little bit paranoid, could see right through her.
Your mother's a little bit paranoid, says the paranoid android.
Thank you, Tiffany. Like, okay, so Tiffany, like, Tiffany's never said anything stupid or weird. Does she blow smoke up my ass? I don't really think she does. She just likes me and I like her back. Like, that's how I am towards her. She says nice things, so I like her, and I say nice things back to her. I don't,
That's not a real friendship, though, is it, Dopey? If people are... what's the word? Editing themselves when they talk to you to only say nice things, then they're not a true friend, are they? If you came out of the toilet in the pub and had your skirt stuck in your knickers and a trail of toilet paper following you, and you'd have nobody to say, quick, get back in the loo, because people would be too frightened to say anything to you.
no, that's like, why? What? Okay. Am I supposed to just like take criticism from people that I don't know?
Just don't listen to it. Ignore it.
I'm reading your comments. I don't have anything to say about that. So like people like she just likes the people that blow smoke up her ass. Well, not that blow smoke up my ass, but yeah, I only like the people that like me. I'm not gonna like people that don't like me, that aren't nice to me. I'm just not. I don't know. I I, I don't get it. That's the thing.
I don't get it either. How can a rhino be so thin-skinned? How?
don't get it. You're friends with her, Donna. Like, decide. Who do you want to be friends with? Who do you like?
Why can't she like both of you? Just because you fell out with Shawnee doesn't mean she has to. But of course, it's your way or the highway.
Which one do you like? Because you comment on her channel and you comment on my channel too. And I'm nice to you, but sometimes you don't think I'm nice to you. You know, if I don't answer, you get a little upset. But you continue to come back and watch, so you're drawn to me, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what it is that you really want from me. How long was I friends with her? I don't know. I don't know how long. A long time, like online, friends with her. Then she moved here. You know, I met her through Sensi. She did some really crappy things to many people. This isn't just me. This is many people. She's not a good person.
Prove it.
See, there's a lot of people. But I think you commented, so, you know, because sometimes I don't watch her. First of all, I don't watch her channel, but somebody told me she's moving back.
Somebody told you. Somebody always tells you, don't they? It's fucking amazing how that happens.
So I went to her channel. Because I don't have to watch her channel. It's hard not to, but I don't. Because I don't really want to see all the phoniness. And then when I go on there and I see people commenting, I hide those people from my channel. Because anybody that supports her, I don't want in my life. I don't want someone that likes her. Yeah, and I didn't block you, right? I didn't, because I know you. And I mean the people that support her saying things like, good for you taking the high road, you know, stuff against me, right? And I was friends with her. I didn't know any of this either. But if somebody is telling you all these things, like, you know, you're going to look at them a little bit different. And the people that comment on her channel, stuff about me.
No bark. No, no.
Hey, I'm on live.
Okay, I'm going to skate.
No.
In a garage.
Oh.
Yeah.
Please be careful driving.
Okay, I will.
We're trying to train the dogs not to bark, so we're trying some different methods. Bella, stop it. She's just humping her bed incessantly.
Maybe you should have trained them when they were puppies.
I only went on her channel this one time because I can't watch the phoniness. It's too aggravating. And if I see comments from people saying stuff about me, they're going to get blocked on my channel because I don't want them to be a part of my life, you know? It's not that they, you know, there are people that watch me, that watch her, and I won't just block them. So like Donna, I wouldn't block you for that kind of a comment. You have a right to like.
Oh, do they? That's good.
Oh, well, please don't tell me that. It seemed so odd. What seemed odd? He'll be fine. I'm not gonna tell him to not skateboard. He's almost 20 years old. He's skateboarding indoors. He's already broken his collarbone. So what? You're not supposed to do stuff? You gotta live. 50 stitches. He's lucky. He didn't break his collarbone, which is a common thing, you know? I'm more worried about the
He's lucky that he had 50 stitches rather than a broken collarbone. I don't think you'd call that lucky.
Rain. I don't worry about, like, I'm worried enough, obviously, about him driving and about the rain and stuff like that. I can't worry about him skateboarding. Although I can't watch skateboarding because...
You're worried about him driving in the rain. Why? Is that because there's fuckwits like you on the road? How do you cope not driving in the rain? God, if you lived in Wales, you'd never go anywhere. I used to say to people back in the day when I lived there, it's a wonder I didn't grow 6 foot. I got watered every day. Oh, it's pouring down. It's a Tuesday afternoon in fucking Pwllheli is what it is.
Everything to me looks like almost falling, Oh, someone... All right, Bella! Stop! Humping, humping, humping. Ooh, infection, bad. That's bad. Hello again.
So we're a load of stitches.
So anyways, read in the description. Yeah, because it's all so fake. The whole reason that they're moving, everything was packed up. It's because she has no friends here. And I don't blame her for moving back. And she is all alone. If anything happens to her here, she is fucked. His friend, his one and only friend here, is the one I introduced them to, who now hates me because God knows what those two have told him. I did nothing to anybody.
No, you never do you?
Until something was done to me.
See? I did nothing until something. So you did something then.
Bye.
Bye.
And he is gone. I introduced Kevin to Dan. The first time I ever met Kevin. Oh no, I met him when they came for their... Oh, that's another thing. So, like, before they even moved here, she called me. She was like, I'm so... And I was busy doing something, and she called and was pissed off that I didn't answer the phone. And I was in the middle of something, like, some big fight with my mother or something. My mother lived here. I lived in the 2-bedroom. She's like, call me back. So I thought something was wrong. I called her back. I'm like, what? And she was like, we're coming there for our honeymoon, for our anniversary. So I said, I couldn't call you. This was a year, like, not last year, the year before. So she's like, we're going to see you this day. She had it all planned out. So I arranged everything. Burke was in school, and I arranged school meetings and stuff like that were that week around when I knew I'd be seeing them. So this day they were going to go off by themselves. They were going to come. We were going to have dinner. Then the next day we would have breakfast.
That's what normal people do, is arrange appointments around the times that Why is that such a big fucking effort for you? And I'm sorry, aren't you the one who goes off the deep end if you're ringing or texting people and they don't answer instantly?
Breakfast together, then the next day they were going to be by themselves, and the next day they would be over, and none of that happened because she never told her husband what she had told me. So I saw them for like a few hours, and my camera was gone. I had to buy a new camera. My mother thinks they stole it. I defended them, saying,
fuck's sake.
I didn't think they did. Now I think she probably did.
Your mother probably never said anything. It's all down to you, isn't it? So you're calling her a thief, are you? That's a laugh coming from you. You called her a thief, you say she's phony, you make fun of Kevin, and you wonder why she's pissed?
Hi, Sammy. Look at my nails. Sammy, I haven't seen you in so long. I did this. I did the,
Look what I did. Look at the sticking and gluing
crystals.
table. Look.
Rhinestones are a stone. So you can't just call crystals rhinestones. So much better off without them, but I'm sorry, I am telling it like it is because so many are fooled, and I feel like it's my responsibility to some extent too, because I was part of that whole. You feel I have no reason. I know what you meant, no reason. I don't have a reason. I was so excited when they moved here, and she was excited. He won't let her have a friend. The only friend she had is Dan's girlfriend, and who is a nightmare. Like, she came
Excuse me.
outside of my car.
He won't let her have a friend. No, he probably doesn't want her to be friends with you. She doesn't want you. He didn't want her at your beck and call every fucking day of the week. He probably wanted her to have more friends than just you, which is why he liked her hanging out with Darlene. And Darlene had the cheek to walk past your apartment even though she lives in the same complex. How very dare she?
Waited for me to get out of my car and called me a bitch, and she watches me on YouTube under some assumed name.
She doesn't have to have an assumed name. Anyone could be watching you. Just because they're not commenting or writing on your live, you don't know who's there, do you?
No, I knew what you meant, Donna. I know. How did she come up with 5,200? I don't know anything about that. Shawnee does not make investments, first of all. She doesn't even know how to set up cable or fill out an application. Like, she put down that her employer was Sensi. When you're a 1099 employee, a multi-level marketing business, your employer is not Sensi.
Oh, hello. It's multi-level marketing now, is it? I thought it wasn't. Then you swear blind it wasn't an MLM. Make fun of Shawnee. You're the one that nearly blew your head off trying to light a gas fucking fire. You didn't know what you were doing.
Hi. So, you know, she didn't know how to fill out anything. How do you do the dogs? How do you do this? Where should we go for this? And I just helped. I helped. Oh, that part. And
how do you do the dogs? How do you do the dogs what? Did she actually ask you where do you take them for walks? And you couldn't help her, could you? Because you don't. Never have.
And she also, the reason she stopped with Sensi was she was in, and I say, quote, sick of having to put in her $500 every month so that she would get paid on her team. She never, ever made enough money at Sensi. She was just lucky that the people that she recruited held her up, enabled her, and her view on everything was let the people that you recruit do the work, and you just put in the absolute minimum and then get the money. And so she had good people like me who made a lot of sales. I mean,
I'll have to admit, I dare say Laurie did make a lot of sales because she had a load of fucking minions who were stupider than fuck, and they bought anything she sold them.
I have way more sales than she does, and she's been with the company. Now she's back with the company. I don't know, over 5 years. Oh, and then the tattoo of Sensi, and then she had plans how she was going to cover it up. Like, there's no integrity with her. There is no integrity.
Where's your integrity?
When it comes one-on-one. You know, I'm not talking about, like, when you stick it to the man, okay? Like, when you do something like what everyone does. You know, you use something and then you return it.
Not everyone does. That's the difference. And here we go again. There's one rule for one and one for the other. So it's okay for you to do that, but not for her to do what she does.
You use a hair conditioner and then you don't like it, you return it, whatever.
No.
I'm frozen? I'm not talking about that. You know, going through a stoplight.
No.
Trying to get away with little things.
No.
She's not a hustler. Well, not a hustler in that way. Like hustle, you know, like... Yes, Linda. You know, she once gave me so much trouble because I wouldn't stop driving to pull over and take a picture of my gas cap so that she could copy how Burke had done the stickers. I was like, I'm driving. I had my phone. I'm driving. She was like, well, pull over and just take a picture. I've been asking for days. Like, you know what? If you want so badly to copy the stickers that Burke did on his car, then just do it. Think of it. No, because she left Scentsy. And I won't ever go to another Scentsy event. Anyways, just because Scentsy is not my main focus right now. It's my side business.
You won't go because nobody asked you to go on the nights out and nobody liked you and nobody was blowing smoke up your hole like they do on your channel, so you decided you weren't going to play anymore and you took your ball home.
And I would never use my vacation time from my job to go to a Scentsy thing. And she would go because she was even thinking of moving to where I live. And I said, weren't you worried about like running into me when we weren't friends? She goes, no, I don't care. And she doesn't.
Why should she?
Don't be pissed off at yourself. Everybody falls for them. They're good at what they do. They are good.
Just like
they're
you.
They're not like, this is inherently who they are. So it's not even like that any of this is premeditated. It's just the way that they live. They live wrong. They live wrongly.
And you're perfect, aren't you?
She wrote me an email apologizing, saying, you know, I now know it's because she wanted to get back to making videos and I was her ride for doing that. But so she wrote me and apologized, and I was feeling open and accepting at that time, and I was in a good space in my head. I was at my new job, and I said, yeah, you know, I want my bestie back. Like, you know, maybe I'm a bit insane, because the definition of insane is to, you know, keep doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different outcome. Well, you know, like I said, I'm not in a position to be, I guess I wanted the story that I had made up. The story was that...
See, I wanted the story I had made up. That's what she does. She makes up this lovely little story in her head, and when it doesn't pan out or play out the way that she imagined it, she gets upset. Rather than being an adult and just seeing what happens in life. Oh, if I get this job, we'll all be really good friends and we'll go on nights out and they'll really like me and they'll buy all my Scentsy and they'll want me to make them jewellery and we'll be BFFs and it'll be great. Why? Who does that?
This person that I knew online, who I got along with so well, we seemed to have a lot in common. We had tattoos, we both liked piercings, we both liked nails, we both did Scentsy.
Excuse me, we were so alike because you copied her and you only joined Scentsy because of her. It's like she forgets like I keep saying, with all these narcs, whatever suits the situation, that's what they'll tell you. And then if you pull them on something, they'll just gaslight you and say it didn't happen. They never said it. You're wrong, not them.
You know, I made this story. Oh, wouldn't it be so much fun if she moved here? We would do this, we would do that. And that's what we talked about. And then she did it. And none of that happened. So
a grown-up would say, oh, well. They wouldn't be hurt to the core for the rest of their life.
yeah, they sold their house to move here, but they lost a lot. They could not sell their house. But yeah, they sold their house to move here. But it's expensive here. Very. You know, I pay $2,000 a month for this one bedroom, and I'm in the living room. And I you know,
Is there something in your
he's
eye?
working his ass off day and, you know, waking up at 4 a.m. But then you know, oh my God, I remember I was getting my stitches out, my staples out of my knee. And I really wanted her to come over and hold my hand while I got them out. And
You wanted someone to hold your hand while you got staples out of your knee at 56 years of age. I had staples all across my cesarean scar. And they sent the midwife with... Do you know what they take staples out with if you've never had staples in an operation? I know it sounds obvious, but I thought it'd be... I don't know. I just didn't think it would be like staples out of a staple gun. They use an actual staple remover. You know, the clampy thing with the forks on. When she came in and I was like... Oh, just been past staples, have you? And she was like, no, this is what we use. I didn't have anyone holding my hand. Such a baby.
she had said she would, so I was expecting that. And then she was like, I might not be able to make it because I have to go to Michael's to return something, blah, blah, blah. It had to be before Kevin came home so that she would be home by the time he gets home. I mean, she has to put on she puts on the air conditioner in the summer, and by the time he gets home, she's turned it down to she's turned it up to what he thinks it's supposed to be, or else he'll get mad at her. Because she's home all day long sweating, but he's paying the bills, and he doesn't want her to be spending that much money on the electricity, so she has to...
That's married life, fuckwit! I know women back in the day that used to shop off a QVC and hide things in the shed. And they said if their husband ever actually went into the shed, they'd be fucked. Because they had a load of stuff down there. That's real life. Thankfully, I've never had to do it. It's a case of if I get something, he gets something. He collects DVDs. I have a makeup obsession. It swings and roundabouts. See, never having had a proper marriage, you wouldn't fucking know.
The minute he leaves, she makes it really low and cold because she doesn't like any kind of heat. But then by the time he comes home, she has the thermostat, hey, don't fight, back to where it's supposed to be, or else I don't know what he'll do.
If he's the only person working, he's got every right to say, can you turn it down a bit because it's costing too much? What, is he not allowed to say that? 4913. She has no clue. None. And what's she doing now? She's telling everything that Shawnee ever told her at any point. Because once you're not her friend anymore, she'll throw you under the bus. Anything you told her in private, you're fucked. Because she just tells the world. Now I've forgotten what it was. 47 something, wasn't it? Who? Why would anyone want to be friends with her when that's what she does? Come on. Put the fan on for a minute. Oh, there we are.
It'd be so much fun if she moved here. We would do this, we would do that, and that's what we talked about. And then she did it, and none of that happened. So yeah, they sold their house to move here, but they lost a lot. They could not sell their house. But yeah, they sold their house to move here.
They sold their house. They couldn't sell their house. They sold their house.
But it's expensive here. Very. You know, I pay $2,000 a month for this one bedroom, and I'm in the living room.
Was it 49 instead of 47?
And I you know, he's working his ass off day and, you know, waking up at 4 a.m. But then you know, oh my God, I remember I was getting my stitches out, my staples out of my knee. I really wanted her to come over and hold my hand while I got them out. And she had said she would, so I was expecting that. And then she was like, I might not be able to make it because I have to go to Michael's to return something, blah, blah, blah. It had to be before Kevin came home so that she would be home by the time he gets home. I mean, she has to put on she puts on the air conditioner in the summer, and by the time he gets home, she's turned it down to she's turned it up to what he thinks it's supposed to be, or else he'll get mad at her. Because she's home all day long sweating, but he's paying the bills, and he doesn't want her to be spending that much money on the electricity. So she has to, the minute he leaves, she makes it really low and cold because she doesn't like any kind of heat. But then by the time he comes home, she has the thermostat, hey, don't fight, back to where it's supposed to be, or else I don't know what he'll do. But they're very codependent. How did this all get talking about Shawnee? I was mostly talking about people that were commenting. When two friends have a falling out and the relationship comes to an end, regardless what the situation and if it's true or not, I don't think it's proper to disclose. Shut the fuck up.
I agree with whoever that was. You're not friends with anyone anymore? Fine, you're not friends with them anymore. Keep your fucking gob shut. You don't have to tell the world where they pissed last because you're pissed off that they don't want to be your friend anymore.
Miss Australiza. I don't think it's proper. Then don't have me as a friend. Don't watch me because I am not proper. I will tell all if you fuck with me. If you fuck with me that bad, yeah, I'm going to. And someone, you all who's watching, sitting there, haters, go put this on Vimeo.
VO.
Go ahead. And you can shout out where I work. I don't care. You
just told everybody where you work. A collision place. How many places are called collision? You could have said, I work in a garage. Or you could have said, fuck all. But no, shout out where you work and then blame everyone else for outing you.
Let's see what's been done. Instagram my son, tell him. No, I thought they wanted a change. I thought she wanted a change in life, you know? People want to do that. And so they moved. He was able to get a transfer. So, you know, and come with me. And I'm alone here. I don't know. No, her devotion is to God. Her devotion is not to him. It's to God. They are codependent. They are codependent. So she runs the roost in her way. He does what she says. She runs him ragged. And then he also sets the rules. And he does not know what it's like. He should want his wife to have a full, fulfilling life and friendship outside of the marriage. It will make her a better person, but he keeps her down. She's not allowed to have any old friend.
She is allowed to have friends, just not you.
It has to be, it can't be someone strong like me. He could never keep up with me. He can't. Yeah, she would much rather have been with me.
Oh, of course she would. She'd much rather be with you than her husband. Okay, whatever. Where have I put the friggin' mirror? I can't find anything anymore. He saw what you were once they moved there, and that's why he didn't want you having anything to do with her. It's got nothing to do with the fact that he didn't want her to have friends. He just didn't want her to have you as a friend. But you can't fucking understand that. You think everyone should love you.
Than him. But she had to be home by 1 o'clock. She cannot be in the living room herself if he's in the bedroom. He does look like a shell of a man. Cling to that marriage for as long as you can. I know other things that I'm not going to even go into because they're neither here nor there. I was just really talking about... No, Donna, you wouldn't know. I was fooled by them as well because this is who they are. And you didn't do anything to me based on them. You haven't, like, you know... Don't apologize. Don't apologize.
Don't apologise, Donna, whatever the fuck.
Just know. Just know. So, okay, I want to get back to something else. So, people have, I did put up on Instagram briefly a fight that Burke and I had. And of course, it's out there forever. Someone keeps showing him Instagram.
I briefly put up a thing looking for sympathy. You gaslit your son till he lost it and started screaming at you, and then you pretended you were crying. Okay, I won't do anything. I'm sorry, I'm just sitting here being all nice and not doing anything. When what you were actually doing was winding him up. He was sick. He was going to Boston, and you were saying, I don't know what you're bothering for. Grandma won't be there to pick you up. You know what she's like. She's flaky. She's this, she's that. And then you got him shouting, and then you went off and said, I'm being bullied by my son. No. You're a narcissist. And you created the whole situation. And now you're trying to backpedal. And who would record an argument they were having with their child and put it on the internet? Who?
On Instagram, DMing him. He's just blocking people that do that. It's on Vimeo. I don't really care. Honestly, I don't care. It got to the point with me and him that he won't ever talk to me that way because he's afraid. My son, I'm talking about, is
he's afraid you're going to put it out on the internet again.
Afraid of what I would do. And I've even spoken to people at work, like, if you don't want me putting something out on YouTube, then do not do it.
So anyone that's friends with you or lives with you or works with you are too frightened to say anything because you'll put it out on the internet.
I don't do anything that I haven't done anything that somebody could say the truth about. That it would have to be the truth. So if someone said I murdered somebody, obviously that's not true. But there's nothing that I haven't. There's nothing that anyone has on me. She even said that I've kept all your secrets. Like, Secrets? What secrets? I tell everything. There's very little secrets. I have a
Ah, but there are some, aren't there?
big mouth, if you don't know. I have a big mouth. That's what I should title this. It'll get views. There's nothing that she can say. I don't know what she could that's true. Do you know what I mean? Everything I'm saying is just true. So don't do it if you don't want it out there, because I'm going to spill the beans. So yeah, be very careful around me. Don't have my car repossessed, Mom, and then you won't have me talking about you on YouTube. Don't talk to me that way, Burke, and then you won't have me doing that on Instagram and YouTube, recording you being completely disrespectful to me. Maybe it's wrong. It probably is. But I don't know what you're saying. Does Jackie Gleason say that? Maybe that's wrong. Maybe that is
do you think?
a very big character flaw. I'm owning it. This is who I am, and this is what I do. So just, if you don't want to be called out, don't do anything to call out. Yes, Lori, like I tried, you know, people say pot calling the kettle black. No, I don't do what she did. And there are other people to substantiate all of this. I also don't do what a lot of people do on YouTube.
Which is what?
Susan Rawlinson. Oh my gosh, you have really fried hair. Your hairline is past the middle of your head. First of all, I'm going to be 56. I have thin hair. So you're going to comment? Ooh, ooh, ooh. It looks awful and the cut is shocking. The top of your head is going to be bald forever once it's gone. Then feel sorry for me. Stop licking. I'm all hyped up now. Feel sorry for me.
No, I
I'm
won't.
a tortured person. I'm obviously very hurt, and I have thin hair and a big Karl Malden nose. Take pity on my soul and be kind to the person that is lesser than you. Susan Ralston, who then also writes, I think I deleted. Oh no, she wrote, do ombre on the nails. And then another suggestion, nude with a black tip.
What's wrong with a suggestion when you were in the shop having your nails done? When you said, I don't know what I want to have done.
People can only hurt you if you care. I cared about Shawnee. She hurt me. I'm not afraid to say that. Nude with a black tip, first of all. That's ugly. Sorry.
No, it's classy actually. But hey.
I by mistake deleted people that I shouldn't have, because I'm not going to block people. Because hiding users' comments on the video, they will still comment, and I still get the views, and I still get the activity. So I'm not gonna block.
Gooch.
What is
Gucci.
YouTube? I missed what that was about, but you know, so I go in, I go see, and this Miss Australiza, no channel. Like, at least have a channel. Nobody with a channel would do that. Oh, one person, Gal Charlotte. Yeah, she would. And now she's friends or friendly with Shawnee. Shawnee had blocked her. I want to see what. Did you ever get your nails done, Sammy? I'm so happy that she's going. Every day I would drive by her house on my way to work. And look to see if they had moved.
Why do you look? If you have to drive that way to work, you have to drive that way to work. But you don't need to look every time you go past.
I knew it wouldn't last. Oh, well, that's cool. I mean, you know, then you know you're watching someone fake, and that's fine. Like, there are sometimes I watch certain people that kind of bug me. I do. But I never comment. And then I get tired of it. I'm like, why am I watching this person? And I say, wow, I don't have to watch them. And I use some self-control and I don't watch them. Because you know how you like to get, like, it's kind of like watching the Housewives. They're so aggravating, but you kind of want to watch. Oh, there's the twitchy eye.
Is that maybe why people watch you? Because you're so aggravating, but they want to watch, but you don't allow them to do that. This, my friends, is part 2. So if you got to the end of this one, congratulations, and I will catch you in the next one.